Record on this. Okay. Well, so thanks for showing up, everybody.
Good morning.
Um, let's see. I just have to get my slides back and um, okay. I don't someone oh, awesome. Okay, well, so let's see. So, welcome. We just kind of quickly got into this. That's probably why you've just found out about it today, because we kind of had this idea in the past week. But for those of you who don't know, Maria, Maureen, and Emily, we were all in Utah together at the essential oil convention, and one of the products that they were launching was this product to boost your metabolism. And we got talking about, like, how do you boost your metabolism and what are the benefits. And so we thought, like, wouldn't it be great to do this all together, um, where we inspire each other, and so that's what you're here for Siri, who didn't really know what she was coming on to, and for
And for anyone
Bridget.
else who's catching the recording, and for the rest of you,
Yeah. So, so basically, we're briefly going to go through, concepts of metabolism, and then we want to hear from you. And so I'm going to just start. There are people keep coming in, so I might get a little distracted. And I don't, okay, so how can we boost our metabolism together? That's really what we're talking about. Um, Sarah Shulman. I'm a doctor who trained at Tufts Medical School. I did my pediatric residency in Vermont. I also have been trained in the Incan tradition of shamanism in Peru and was initiated into shamanism there. I'm a mother of three, that's us on the right. And I've left the hospital because I totally believe in natural healing, and started a practice. And so this is right up my alley. We're going to find out about this product, but really for me, it's more about what are all the things we can do for boosting our metabolism. So actually, I am not going to be taking the product this month on this challenge because I'm doing a homeopathic remedy, and it goes against that. So I'll be the control in this trial, but I'm committing to some things that we'll get to. So this Maria, why don't you introduce yourself?
okay, hi, I'm Maria. And obviously, you can see I have lots of educational background, but most importantly, I am committed to really helping families find optimal wellness. Physical, emotional, mental, the whole thing. And so, with my background of educational leadership, early child and elementary education, I've been working with families for over 30 years, and I've really seen what is working and what is not working. And so, I'm very excited to be doing this with everyone. And I think that what I've found over the years, is there another page for that,
Oh,
Sarah?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. What I've found over the years is that when we are in community together, that is when we really get the support we need. We get the ideas, the inspiration, and we work together. And so, whether it's a small family or an extended family or the community, we really need that community support. And so, I'm really excited that we're doing this together. I'm very excited about the MetaPower. And also, I love that Sarah, you're going to be the control, because with homeopathy, you can't use essential oils. And so for this month that you're going to be doing the homeopathic remedy, but the other things, it is going to be really fun to see, how the meta power really can support us. So that's me.
Yeah, so both basically we're both we met each other through the essential oils. Maria is in Montana, all the way across the country from me, who's in Concord, Massachusetts. And we're both on a mission to change the way we care for our bodies, for our families, for our world. And we think, we love this company, doTERRA, but it's also, we love sharing and being in community, coming together to do these things. So I think we probably have time, right, Maria, to
Yes.
go through. Like, would you guys mind introducing yourself, telling us where you're from, why you want to, if you know why you might want to be involved in this and what your intentions are for goal setting?
And can we stop the screen share for a minute so we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
really
yeah.
see
Yeah,
each other?
okay. Yeah.
Great.
Oh, wait, what happened? Now I'm in, oh, I guess I lost you guys, but okay, there we go. Yes.
You're there.
Yeah, so you don't have to share if you don't want to, but we'd love to hear from you. So anybody want to take the first stab, Maureen?
Hi, I'm Maureen Morgan, and I live in southern Utah, right outside of Zion National Park, or pretty much in the park. But I am a nutritionist and got into, I don't know, alternative forms of healing when I was working at a health food store in college, and just through my own journey of being a very sickly child. And got into essential oils. I mean, I'm just into it all, the mind, body, soul, physical connection, and how our bodies are designed to heal and thrive. And I love how our bodies are just constantly giving us messages on what it needs. So that's what the symptoms are. And so the meta power for me is very exciting because as a nutritionist, I see people sabotage through addiction, whether it's lots of reasons why people eat. So a lot of it is emotional, cultural, but a lot of physical addiction as well to overeating and certain foods. And what I see the meta power is really helping people to overcome cravings. I'm a sugar addict and constantly am managing the inner dialogue, the inner parenting of like, no, you're not going to eat another cookie because you just ate one. And it's this constant like battle. Like I feel like I'm battling with the 3-year-old inside myself who wants to have a temper tantrum because just wants to live on sugar. And so I don't eat sugar very often, but that constant battle in my brain is very irritating. Can you imagine, like as a parent, how irritating that is when your toddler's having a temper tantrum all the time? So what I noticed with Metapower with myself is that almost instantly went away, where I could have a bite of something and often being like, "Ooh, I don't even want to eat this," and it was like a calm toddler living inside myself. And so for me, that's what I'm really excited about, because I see it as a way to really help people push past the sabotage that can happen when they're trying to do healthy things for themselves, whether it's exercise or eating and all of that. I just think it can be one of those big boosters. I'm also excited to see what can happen with my hair. I used to have very thick, luscious hair until COVID, and it's really thinned out a lot. And so I'm really just looking forward to all of that yummy, awesome collagen that absorbs right into my system and hopefully giving my hair back that I love so much. So that's
Awesome. Thank you, Maureen. Anybody else want to share anything? I know some of these people are like in the middle of work day, so they're just listening, but
I can go next, Sarah, if you want me to.
okay, yes.
All right, so my name is Lucy Heher, and I live on Nantucket Island, and I met Sarah last year, and I've known about Maria for a while, and I'm interested in getting to know Maria a little bit better through this process. I love sugar. I've always grown up with sugar, so I'm a sugarholic, and I'm into like healthy eating and all that. But there are times when I sabotage all that and start eating sugar again. So I'm very excited about this product. Sarah told me about this product and that she was doing this, so that's where I am. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Lucy.
Sounds like so far we have 2 goals to kick sugar.
I've done like, I would eat sugar for breakfast. Like but I still would eat my breakfast. And I'm doing so much better, but I still have the craving. Yeah. So thank you.
Anyone else want to join?
I'll
Caroline?
go.
Oh,
Great. Hi.
Hi guys, I'm Caroline Owen and a friend of Sarah and Siri I see on here, and Lucy. Nice to meet you, Maria. So I live in Wayland, Massachusetts for 30 and a half years, and I'm moving in 2 weeks to Florida, and life has been pretty chaotic and stressful. And I'm typically a very clean eater, healthy eater, but I'm also an emotional eater, and I like to eat late night because I'm staying up late, and my body is like, all right, well, if you're going to force me to stay up late, then have some chocolate. So my thing is just really being mindful and getting in touch with why I'm eating what I'm eating, because a lot of it's to like stuff emotions, to not deal with how I'm really feeling about something, and just have a cookie instead, or a piece of chocolate. So, even though I'm eating clean most of the time, I find that I eat more than I probably need. And I don't know, I'd just like some tools for
awesome.
coping with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline.
Great.
Siri. Yeah.
I'm Siri. I am a medium, and I live in Boston and Iceland. And I actually do not have a sugar addiction. It's interesting. I can go without chocolate or sweets or cookies for long periods of time, but there's one type of chocolate that I absolutely love. I'm here because I'm curious, because I can't remember.
Oh, we lost her.
I lost almost all my hair, and I've been getting it back because I've been doing the right thing. Partly because of Sarah. She gave me some good tips and I stuck with them. Didn't do the bone broth, didn't do the chicken broth, but I did a lot of salmon and eggs and things like this, and burdock root tea and so on. So I'm here because I'm curious, because I've got a lot of clients in my office that I would like to share information with.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, so yeah, so we'll get into it, because this actually, I just was thinking, because Siri is a vegetarian, and this product has marine collagen in it, so it's actually maybe a really good thing for you. But anybody else? I know people are.
I'm a pescatarian. I went back to pescatarianism because I needed my hair back.
Great. Anyone else?
Okay, that's good. Well, so awesome. We're so glad to hear all of your stories. And really, that's what this is going to be about. It's going to be about us sharing what's working for us and keeping us committed on a weekly basis. And like, what's the word? I'm losing my word.
Inspiration, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and accountability.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Okay, so the plan for the next hour, I don't even know what we're doing with time. Yeah, we're good.
45 minutes,
Um,
yeah.
is what is metabolism, strategies we can use to improve our metabolism, and then we'll talk a little bit about this product that we didn't know very little about. And that's part of the challenge, that, we all were at this convention and we all bought the product. And so some of us have already started using it. I think Maureen and Emily and Maria, I have not. And so we'll talk a little bit about that and what the product is. And then plans for following week's challenge. And that really, my thoughts around this whole challenge is that, it's not about any one thing. This product might work for you, it might not work for you. And there might be things, you might just need a kick in the pants to start doing high intensity, exercise. Or so what is metabolism? It's probably beginner for all of you, but basically it's just the process by which we take our food and our water and we use it to produce energy. And whether we use it to produce energy that's used right away, or whether we use that energy and store it for later. So this is like, you know, we studied a lot of these pathways in medical school. This is the divine, you know, body that we have. I mean, this is what's going on in our body in scientific terms. And, you know, understanding it obviously is very scientific, but my teaching is about the fact that we really just need to try things to see how our bodies, because you could never, figure it all out. And it's really like a more of a spiritual process for us. So, this is very simple terms, but basically, metabolism is you take your, either your protein or your carbohydrate or your fat, and you're breaking it down with enzymes to either protein, carbohydrate, or fat. And then you're breaking it down even more to amino acids. And this takes place in the mitochondria. And really the end product is ATP. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm sure you all had to take biology and you all had to learn this Krebs cycle. And so that's basically what metabolism is. We're taking all the proteins and everything goes through this cycle, through pyruvate, goes around this cycle, and you can see here there are all these coenzymes that come in, and then further on down your picture.
Note,
What?
I want everybody to note the NAD plus.
Yeah,
there.
so there are all these things that come in, like here FADH2, FAD comes in, and really the most important part is below your pictures, and that, let me see if I can move your pictures. And then now this isn't in the way, but we're, in the Krebs cycle, you make these ATPs right here. And there's should be another place you're making ATP. But basically ATP is the energy, and all this is taking place in the mitochondria. And you don't need to know any of this, but it's just like a quick reminder of, so we need to feed our bodies well. We need to have proper nutrients. We need to have vitamins. We need to have all of this so that these pathways work well. And so, what are 11 things we can do to improve our metabolism? I mean, really, number one is eat with intention for fueling your body, not about feeding your cravings, but really about like making sure that you're putting things into that path, all the pathways that need to function properly. And so you can eat more protein. That can boost your metabolism because it can burn more calories, and it can also make you feel fuller instead of carbohydrates. Protein is a really good one. Drinking more water. There have been many studies, I just put this one up, that if people who drank 17 ounces of water 30 minutes before their meals for 12 weeks lost nearly 3 pounds more than those who didn't. And then there's all the high intensity interval training. So running for a minute, walking for 2, repeating this 5 times. Like if you were to just do that for 20 minutes a day, you would increase your metabolism. And then, increasing your muscle mass by lifting weights can reduce your body fat. Higher amounts of muscle will result in higher metabolism because of the increased mitochondria that you're putting in, into the muscle. Green tea there are many supporting studies that green tea consumption can increase your metabolism. Improving your sleep. Sleep is like one of the most important things to taking you out of your sympathetic nervous system and putting you into your parasympathetic nervous system so that you heal and you can actually use these nutrients that you're putting into your body. It's really during sleep that all takes place. So making sure you're getting at least 8 hours to 10 hours of sleep a night can totally improve your metabolism. And then, Caroline, reducing stress. Cortisol is like the hormone that regulates appetite. So, decreasing cortisol levels, meditating, taking walks, doing all that. And then intermittent fasting has been shown to increase your metabolism. And then obviously maximizing your proper nutrients and vitamins. Like, I used to believe that we could get it all from food, but I think because of our toxic food system that we are exposed to, I don't think and also the depletion of the nutrients in the soil, I don't think we can get it all from food. So I think we do need supplements. And then now there's this new product that we're going to talk a little bit about. But so our thinking about this, whether it's like just October or we go into November, we haven't decided. But our thinking is that we would do a Friday, 12 o'clock, and we would talk about one of these or maybe two of these little issues, like how do you do high intensity interval training each time? What is green tea's consumption? What does sleep do? So each week we'll have a focus, and then we're just going to open it up to like, what have you guys been doing, and what's been working for you, and so I'm going to pass it over to Maria, and she's going to talk about MetaPower a little bit. So,
Okay,
yeah.
Great. So Sarah, thank you so much for going over all of that, because I think that, having that background on what our metabolism is really helps to inspire me to focus on improving that. And I also love the idea that by really increasing our metabolism, we're looking at fueling our bodies. And so often I eat based on what I feel like eating instead of that fueling my body. So that was huge. So thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so MetaPower, for those of you who know me well, I love these essential oils. For those of you who are new, this is the key for me, is these essential oils are incredibly pure, incredibly potent, and beautifully effective. And so the heart of all of this is the MetaPower blend. And so this is an essential oil blend that there are some preclinical studies, and then more is coming about this, but it's a blend of lemon, grapefruit, cinnamon bark, ginger, and peppermint. And those essential oils in this synergistic combination actually have been clinically proven to reduce the cravings. And they're doing more studies on the fact that it may actually help reduce the fat cells. It doesn't get rid of fat cells, but it can reduce them. So this is exciting. So for me, the combination, and cinnamon bark has been talked about for ages in terms of how it can work to support that. And then this, like I said, this blend is really incredible. This blend is in all of the products, but the blend by itself, I like to use it in water, a couple of drops in water, in glass. For those of you who are new to essential oils, you always want to use glass, not plastic water containers. And drinking it throughout the day can help curb those cravings, as well as, like I said, possibly reduce the fat cells. So it's exciting to see the clinical research that's going to be coming with that. And then we have it in a couple of different delivery systems. So we can do the plain oil. It also comes in these little beadlets, which are really easy to just like keep in a purse and pop along the way. There's a gum, satiety gum, that tastes great. It lasts for a long time, and it also helps to curb those cravings. And then we can also take it in a soft gel. There's a soft gel formula. So if you want to do the soft gel, that's a great way to do it as well. I'm actually kind of combining them. I like having it in my water because I like the way it tastes. It's also getting me to drink more water. So there's that, hitting that hydration piece as well. And then if I'm on the go, the beadlets or the gum can be really helpful. So there's that. So that's the step one, is eating the well-balanced whole food diet and then adding this blend to our day. Step two is the MetaPower Metabolic Assist. And I don't have my container in front of me, but it is an herbal combination of mulberry leaf extract, berberine, and some other ingredients. And that has been clinically shown to basically level out the blood sugar. So they've done some clinical studies with this. And so there was the placebo group versus the using the metabolic assist. And the recommendation is to take it with the largest meal of the day or the highest carbohydrate meal. And it helps to break the carbohydrates down more slowly, so our body assimilates them more slowly, thus reducing the spikes in our blood sugar. So that's really exciting to me. I've already run out of that one. I need to get more of that because I've been taking it with the largest meal of the day. And every once in a while, if there's a super heavy meal, if we've been out to dinner or something, then I'm going to take another one as well. And then the MetaPower Advantage, and this is the one that I know many, many, many of us are excited about. There are these little sachets. And so it's a powder that we can put in water. And I'm actually drinking mine right now. So this is what it looks like. And it tastes great. It is a little bit sweet because of stevia. And so that also helps me because I definitely have a sweet tooth. So I could relate to all of you when you were talking. So we add that sachet to water and drink that at any point during the day. And it is comprised of 12 different types of collagen. So I'm not going to go into all of the details right now. There's a fabulous information video at doterra.com. You can go and you can learn all about the whole MetaPower system, all of the clinical studies, how to use it, different ideas, but we're going to be, sharing them with each other as well. But what's so exciting about this is that it's 12 types of collagen. So it's addressing joints, it's addressing hair, skin, all of the different systems of our body that need collagen. The other thing that we talked about is I asked you to look at that NAD+. So obviously, as we age, collagen production in our body drops, NAD production drops. And so this collagen is really bioavailable because of the way that it is formulated. Our bodies can assimilate this, so we can use it. So it's super bioavailable, much different than many of the powders that are on the market that you can get today. It also, I love the fact that because we add the water ourselves, we're not buying water. So it's going to be much more cost effective and also more sustainable. So I appreciate that. So I'm looking forward to also increasing the volume of the hair. And it may be wishful thinking, but I do believe I've been using this for 2 weeks now. And my clip, when I put it in this morning, it didn't fit my hair. And so I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I'm excited to see that, and for skin as well. And then, seeing how I can be upping all of my different things around exercise and stress management. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that these essential oils, whether it's the MetaPower blend or different essential oils that we can add in as well. Many of you are avid essential oil users. Some of you might just be getting started with essential oils, but helping to lower our stress is a huge, huge piece of this. And so, essential oils like lavender or there's a breathe blend that can really help us relax. There's so many different essential oils that can help us to just kind of lower our anxious feelings, can help support us emotionally. And, Sarah, you're so brilliant about the way that you use the essential oils to support emotional health. And so for those of you who haven't taken advantage of that, I would recommend that as well. So that's kind of the basis, sort of the overall MetaPower system. Like I said, I've been using it for 2 weeks. So in addition to what I've already said, I haven't lost weight yet, but I've also been traveling a lot. But I have noticed a real increase in my energy and my focus. So that's been exciting to see. So here's a sample daily schedule. I think each of us is going to find what works best for us. You can look at this, but one of the things I love about doing a group support thing like this is that we can share with each other. How are you using this? How are you taking this? What are you finding is really helping you? And so these are just some examples of how it could be used. I also talked a little bit about it as I went. So I think we can move on. I love this idea of the weekly check-in. This is a sheet that we'll be making available to you. And for me, this is a piece of, I tend to be a little weak on accountability. And so for me, this idea of a weekly check-in where I actually am writing things down, it's going to also help us look at the progress that we make. I did not do an overall blood panel. I know Emily has done that. I don't know, Maureen, if you have done that or not, but to be actually looking at our body's blood sugar levels and all of our markers there. But we can be looking at our energy. We can look at our cognitive performance. We can look at if it's affecting our sleep. At convention, some of the people that had done the pilot program, well, all of the people that had done the pilot program had incredible results. And it was really fun to hear the different results that they had. Like for this person, it increased their appetite, and it was an athlete who needed to eat more healthy food. For another person, they really noticed that their energy was much, much higher. Another person felt, that their skin was just glowing and they could see the marked difference. And then quite a few people lost substantial amounts of weight. So that was really interesting to see as well. So the weekly check-in, I think, is going to be really helpful for us to stay accountable and to see the progress, because we don't always notice it week to week.
So yeah, if you want this, and you could just take a screenshot of it. I think that's the easiest way to get it to you.
That's a good idea.
So I'll leave it up. You can also do Control Shift Command 4, and that will you can take it that way.
Thanks. You noticed my camera?
I did. I know.
I know. My computer has been acting up these days, so I don't trust it right now. Knock on wood. So.
Okay, so let's see what else. So basically, the bottom line for all of us is we want to use this time to pick 1 or 2 lifestyle changes that we know we can add to our regimen, and hold each other accountable, and have a goal. And the goal is to use any of the affirmation list to improve our metabolism. So this is what I'm going to commit to. Since I'm not committing to MetaPower today, I will do it after my homeopathic remedy is over. But I'm gonna start high intensity training, which includes repetitions of short bursts of high intensity exercise followed by low intensity exercise. So, I take the dog for a walk, so I'm just gonna step it up. And I really want to get into yoga. I've before COVID, I was doing yoga every day. So I think I'm going to try and find some way to fit that into my schedule. And then Lucy had her introduce me to the Alkagizer. Will you talk a little bit about that, Lucy? Um, are you hearing me, or it looks like you might be stuck. Um, you're on mute, Lucy.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, Sarah. So the Alkagizer, I joined Mind Valley last year. It's a platform, an educational platform, and one of the programs I did was WildFit, and I definitely decreased my sugar. And one of the recipes on it, I love the way he did it. It was different to it was Eric Edmays. It was different to what he normal diets are like. He introduced the Alka-Geyser for a couple of weeks, and then started taking things away. So he didn't start just taking things away. And then by the time he took things away, your body had a lot of nutrients and you didn't miss them as much. So there was very little cravings, which is huge for me because, So the Alka-Geyser is all vegetables. Like it's celery, cucumber, avocado. I use
Jalapeno.
yeah, I can put in jalapeno, and I think that's it. And we have it every morning. So
Yeah, so I was doing it on a regular basis, and then I just fell out of it this summer. So I'm gonna get. It's really awesome. It's just it just sets your day. So
it
either
does.
that or like, obviously if I were doing the Meta Power, I would just, probably do the Meta Power Advantage. But I'm gonna do either a smoothie or the Alka-Geyser, and that's what I'm committing to for the next until, through this. So Maria.
So I am definitely committing to using the Meta Power. I'm excited to see if it can support my body or how it can support my body. I've already noticed a difference, and upping my exercise. So I do yoga every morning. I do a lot of walking. I've got animals, so I'm working with them, but I am going to be upping that. And that is something that I've actually been wanting to do for a long time. And so that's what I am committing to.
Awesome. And so what are you all committing to? So maybe we'll just close. I mean, we'd love it if you commit to showing up on Friday and using this as an accountability practice for yourself. But so if does anybody want to share, or maybe it's too early to share what you want to commit to, but
So you could share, you could also, if you have any questions, let's just open it up. We
yeah.
could stop the screen share and we can just talk as a group.
Yeah.
Maureen, thank you for the yoga information. That's great.
What do you
It's awesome. For online yoga international, yoga international. And the teachers are just great. You can do 15 minutes or an hour and a half, and they're like all different levels and series and things like that.
Awesome. So, does it cost? What does it cost?
It does. I want to say it's like $15 or $17 a month. If you think about what it costs to go to a yoga class, in person is always nice, but it's kind of nice because then there's no excuses of, oh, I don't have time, because you can always put on like a 15-20 minute video.
Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm committed to I'm like afraid to even say it because it's a commitment. But yeah, becoming more regular with my yoga and strength training in general. And that can include HIIT or whatever it's called, high intensity interval training. But I need to up my game there.
Well, that's why we're here. So yay, congratulations. You said it out loud.
And I also just want to say I have been using the Meta Power, and like I mentioned, the craving piece has been really helpful for me. It's not having that temper tantrum argument, but also noticing more energy. This summer I was dealing with a lot of emotions and craziness. Not craziness, it's just life. I was sleeping a lot, like literally laying down for a nap and waking up 2.5, 3 hours later. And I haven't been needing naps. So that's a huge one for me.
Awesome.
That's exciting.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to commit?
So I'm going to commit to the Meta Power. I'm not going to get it till Tuesday, so I just want to do one thing at a time because I can overcommit and then do nothing.
Okay.
Well, I think that's better too, because I've actually been trying to I haven't changed my diet. I haven't done any other changes because I want to see how it works. So I think it's better to do one thing at a time and then just like stack more good things on top of that.
Maureen, I'm glad you said that word stack too, because that's another piece that we can help keep each other accountable for. This idea of habit stacking So like, for me, if I'm going to fill up my water jug, now I'm adding that MetaPower to it. And so, the things that we do naturally every day, we can stack that one more little habit on. And so, Lucy, I'm excited to hear what you think of the MetaPower. That's great. Anyone else?
Okie dokie. Well, so yeah, so invite people to this if they want to be involved. We're going to be here Fridays at noon through October for sure, and maybe longer if people are liking it and seeing results and wanting the support of each other. Anything else, Maria?
Well, I like that idea of inviting other people. This is something where we've recorded this session, so we can send this recording to anybody that you might think of. And for me, one of the things is that, I have so many family members and friends and extended contacts that all could use this support. And I know that this isn't always an easy time to get on. It's also a commitment. People are busy. But I think one of the kindest things that we can do is reach out to people and invite them to do this along with us, because sometimes it takes that invitation. It takes that personal connection of saying, I see you, I hear you, I've been hearing what you've been talking about. We're doing something that could really make a difference for you. And if people are hesitating, sometimes that group commitment can make all the difference. So really, just even if you reach out to one person to just let them know you care about them and just share your, what you're doing and this information. I mean, when we look around this country, as I've been traveling, people need this so desperately. And I love the fact that doTERRA always is looking at what is going on. We've got a country with the obesity rates that are just skyrocketing. We have lack of focus. We have rates of sleep deprivation like we've never seen before, mental health issues. This can make a difference for people. And so I would just say, reach out with caring. And I love that we're doing this together. Sarah, thank you so much for all of your information. Any other questions before we sign off? Okay. Well, if you're listening to the recording, feel free to tap into, our weekly calls, or let us know when you need the recording, or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either Sarah or I. And Maureen, I'm so glad that, as a nutritionist, that you're going to be sharing your insights as well. And so, we learn from each of us. And so for each of you who have shared today, thank you so much. And we want to hear from everybody and do this together.
Yeah, thank you, Maria, and thanks all for coming. And we'll see you next week.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Take care.
Stop the recording.